Welcome to another episode of The Knitting Tourist, as we head to the land of the rising sun for a fascinating exploration of Japanese knitting. Join me as we delve into what sets the Japanese knitting world apart. In this episode of The Knitting Tourist, we'll talk a little bit about the history of knitting in Japan and delve a little bit deeper into its roots. Knitting arrived in Japan during the Nippon trade era, the 17th century, when trade with Europe flourished. Among the introduced items were knitted goods. The Japanese term for knitted fabric, mariasu, has Portuguese roots and literally translates to the word socks. It refers to the plain stitched fabric with the unique ability to stretch in two directions. Initially, knitted socks, gloves, and undergarments were introduced to Japan. The term mariasu eventually faded from its common use, and by the mid-1950s, knit had become the standard term. Do you know that knitting and samurais have a connection? One of the most fascinating legacies of knitting in Japan is its connection to samurai. Knitting, or mariasu production, began in the Nagasaki prefecture before spreading to Ida, present-day Tokyo. From the Genroku era, the 17th and 18th centuries, to the 1900s, many lower-ranking samurai knitted for income, leading to the surge in hand-knitted items like socks and firearm gloves. The modernization of knitting has continued to flourish industrially over the years. Where is modern Japanese knitting seen today? Well, today, books published by Nihon Vogue and Tudor Publishing offer modern knitting designs in both Japanese and in English, featuring Japanese knitting patterns and stitch collections. The establishment of the Knitting Culture Association in 1951 and renowned brands like Noro represent the future of Japanese knitting. New knit designers like Hitomi Ishida and Kiko Akumoto are both well-known creators of original stitches and patterns. They are captivating modern knitters with their designs and modernity, and introducing books that really captivate the heart and soul of knitters all around. Well, I hope you enjoyed that small segment around Japanese knitting and its history. I absolutely find it fascinating, and I can't wait to explore not only this country, but so many other countries' rich history. It's what led to their uniqueness around their knitting culture. I hope you like this video, and I can only do this with the support of people that are watching like yourselves. If you can give this video a like, and obviously subscribe to the channel. We're working hard and getting you several more episodes around this area, and we'll be taking a trip to Greece within the next couple of days, and we'll be talking about everything that has to do with craft within that culture. I'll see you soon, and of course, until then, keep knitting.